Oh, I see people starting to come on. Can you guys give me a like if you guys can hear me? Uh-oh, nobody can hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you guys give me a like or a thumbs up to let me know you guys can hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Okay, so I have 4 people who are giving me a thumbs up. So can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay, great. Phoenix says that they can hear me, right? Okay. Good morning. Happy New Year. Oh, well, I guess it depends on where you guys are, right? So it's morning here. Um, and I looked outside and everything is covered in snow. And this is actually my um second Christmas. One was in Colorado, and this is my second Christmas in snow, because I spent time in, um, San Diego. But um, I'm gonna wait until more people come on to get started. And in the meantime, where is everybody from? I think my thing is on delay here. Can you guys hear me? Yes? No? Can you hear me? Hello? I live in Pennsylvania. Okay, so somebody must hear. Okay, so, okay, Pennsylvania. That means you guys are like what, 2 or 3 hours ahead, right? Okay, so I'm going to get started. I have a birthday party that I have to go to this evening and then a New Year's brunch tomorrow. And I don't know about you guys, but I am socialed out, I think. I've been going to too many things. So, what we're going to first talk about is if you use a makeup remover, 12 p.m. Oh, okay. So that's only 2 hours ahead. Okay. Okay. So if you use a makeup remover, okay, especially we're going to be focusing more on and we can talk about like regular makeup remover, but I wanted to talk about um eye makeup remover. And one of the reasons is because when I was seeing clients and I would look at their eyes, and if I did eyelash extensions, sometimes if you flipped, just kind of like move their eyelid up, sometimes you would see Arkansas. Okay. Oh, wow. You would see this like bump. Okay. And it was on inside in the lash line, like right here, or up above, like right there. And that is the first stages of what's called meibomian gland dysfunction. Okay. And so what happens is the oils, the sebum comes out of there. And basically, what it does is it it kind of seals in from the eyes of the tears that you make that are constantly lubricating your eyes. Um, it it prevents it. And advanced stages is you can actually see like the sebum kind of sometimes come out. It starts to get all waxy and clogged. Every now and again, people will get it where they notice like a blunt bump. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. It's this like clear bump and it'll go away. Some people will scratch it off. Um, and the more advanced stages. And it can lead to blepharitis, which is the swelling of the eyelids. It's an infection in the eyelids, and sometimes people who do eyelash extensions, um, after a while will start getting it because they avoid, kind of washing that eye area. And um, I'm doing this because I've had a couple clients talk to me about this. So I thought I would do a live. Okay. So here is the thing, a lot of eye makeup removers are oil based. So, one of the things that I said is a lot of products that are fragrance free, right, are really, they all have some type of odor to them, some type of scent. And so they'll cover it. So they'll use a masking agent instead, right? So, it's the same thing with oil free eye makeup remover. Oil free eye makeup remover, some of the products, if the oil doesn't come from a plant, seed, or animal derived, they can technically put on there oil free. So, for example, if some people can put, if it's petroleum derived, they can add it in there. So if you ever see, for example, Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover, have you ever noticed that if you leave it alone, the bottle separates like Italian dressing, right? Well, that only separates if it's oil and water, right? So, okay, so here's a couple things. If you have um dry skin, but you wear liquid foundation and it has some type of moisturizing agents, you can use something like this. This is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Okay. Now, people who have breakout prone skin they should avoid cleansing balms because if you've never seen the cleansing balm, it's kind of like, it almost looks like, if you look at it, like a Vaseline jelly. And as it warms up, it starts to break down, right? The makeup. Do not use this though for your eyes. Okay, when you're using it for your eye. So I tried, so this uh if you look at this, is I wanted to use this because osmosis in the professional world is actually considered pretty good. This is the color melt away gel. Okay. So if you, I don't know if you can see it, it's like clear. See that? It's like clear. Okay. And it has natural ingredients in there. And so I did use it and I could not get it off. It was not water dispersible. I put it around my eyes to test it out and I could not get it off. I used cleanser, and this is where it can happen, where the makeup residue and the oil gets trapped in between the lashes and the lash line. Even if you wash your face, it's very hard to get off because remember, oil repels water. So it's like water off a duck's back, so to speak. Okay. So I tried this one. I don't really recommend this one. Okay. Um, if the best type of makeup remover to use is something like this. Let me see if I can hold it up. Oh, it's like, let me see right here. It's like water, right? The Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. I included a link to it below. This actually was designed for makeup, pro makeup artists, because it has absolutely no oily feeling. Because if they mess up on their makeup, they can use this and it evaporates, it dries off, and you can reapply it without it looking, darker or smearing or anything like that. Okay, this is the best kind. And then after that, you would cleanse your face with your cleanser after you remove it. This is the best way to avoid. So that's why dry eye condition is so common now, because a lot of people are using these eye products that tend to stick. And especially if you're using waterproof or water resistant makeup, or mascara or eyeliner, it's tougher to remove. So it and see, if I shake it up, it's almost kind of like a foamy kind of thing. Okay, so I would recommend something like this, especially also if you tend to get milia as well. Okay. Because what it does then is it prevents the oils from coming, secreting nicely to prevent moisture loss from your eyes. Okay. Okay. So I was going to this video is actually being sponsored by Skin Store Holiday Glam Special. They're having a 25% off a bunch of different makeups. Among them, it's not all of them, but among them, it's Kevyn Aucoin. Okay. I don't know how to say this. Illumasqua. Is that how you say that? Illumasqua. Um, and Wander Beauty. Okay. So, and I also included a Extreme Lash Volumizing Mascara. That's CoverGirl. Okay. So I tried them, and even though they're sponsoring this, it's live. Um, so I have fairly short lashes, and they've gotten actually even shorter after menopause. So this one says with hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and peptides. Okay. I did not see any difference in this one. Okay. So you guys may love it, but I'm not a big fan of drugstore products. Okay. Then, okay, here's the two. This seems to be really popular. Have any of you guys heard of um Wander Beauty? Okay, that's part of the special. They have one that's called the Mile High Club. Can you guys see that? Okay, Mile High Club. This is a mascara actually, and this is selling for $26. And it has on their own website like 1,466 reviews, five-star reviews. So it's a volume and length mascara. Okay. And I like this one. I really like this one. I put this one on first, okay? And my lashes don't tend to stay curled. Um, but then I used this one, the Wonder Beauty Unlash. This is the volume and curl mascara. I used it afterwards. Okay, this one is $24. Now this one didn't have as many reviews. I think it only had like, I don't know, 24 reviews or 2.5 reviews or something like that. On Skin Store, it had just a couple reviews, but on their actual website, they actually have more. So believe it or not, it's actually a mascara. So look at this. And it has this like fiber in there it's a Korean company, and it has this like thing to extend your lashes. So, and it is water resistant. However, yesterday I was cutting onions and I was testing this out, and I don't know which one it is because both of them say they're water resistant. One of them did start to kind of like it started to come off. So I'm thinking it's the unlash because that's the one that I put on over. Okay. Okay. So and then I don't know if you guys can tell, this is part of the CoverGirl nude lipstick. And I actually got the wrong color. It's one of those ones that it stays on, right? You put it on and then you put this like moisturizing thing over it. So, how many of you guys have used this? When they first came out with something like this years ago, it dried out people's lips so much that people didn't like it. So, I think now they're adding something like this. Curious about eyeliner for hooded eyes. So, I the eyeliner, I didn't try any eyeliners in this package. However, I did look on Skin Store and they did have several cleansers for eyelashes. Okay, you have to be careful, and I don't know which ones because I haven't tried them. And as you can see, I'm being very honest with what I'm happy with, what I didn't find too satisfying. So they do have some on there that you can get for 25% off and free shipping, and the link is below. You just have to look at the ingredients to make sure it doesn't have any oils in them. NCBI did an article talking about baby shampoo. Although they said it's pH balanced, um, because of the foaming agents, it does cause people to get like really red eyes and irritation. So they don't really recommend that. So for me, what I just basically do, what I've seen work for me and my clients who, when I used to do lots of eyelash extensions, is I got permission to sell this to them, which is really for, makeup pros to use. And it's actually fairly reasonable. It's only like 12.50. And it lasts forever. So I just take the top off. I would tell my clients, I would take the top off here and then just kind of dip it in there. And then kind of cleanse it off, and then it would leave no residue, and then I would actually wash my face. So, um, and I know some people will say, I have sensitive eyes, but I need a eye makeup remover that actually works. And a lot of times I realize that a lot of the eye makeup removers for sensitive eyes does one or two things. It stings the eyes, or it's not effective enough to get the makeup completely off. So here is the thing for those of you who have sensitive eyes. The reason why it stings obviously is because the pH of the tears in your eyes is going to be different from the eye makeup remover. I would probably use something like that, or like an eye makeup remover gel. Okay. The oil ones are just really difficult to remove. It just really is. And then you end up taking your cleanser and working like this, and then it stings your eyes, okay? Because it actually does lead to, and there's several articles on it that they're finding out that this is why so many people have dry eye condition. Okay. Um, okay, so Happy New Year. Photokazi. Okay. Okay, so you can ask questions. So this is a live Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can use them. Oh, and I forgot. So Illumasqua, if you look at this eyeshadow palette, okay, all I tried to use was this. I like more neutral stuff. So this one here, this, and a little bit of these two here. Okay, I probably wouldn't use that one, but isn't almost all eyeshadow palettes, there's always like a couple that you don't use, right? How many of you guys find that when you guys buy eyeshadow palettes, there's always like one or two that you don't like? Okay. Oh, yeah, great info. Thanks. Okay. Oh, here's the other thing. If you are people who are more likely or more prone or susceptible to get meibomian gland dysfunction, so is if you're over the age of 40, right? If you are taking some kind of medication, here we go again with medication, that affects the sebum production. So it could be anything like retinoic acid, because that dries out the skin, right? The oils. Um, if you're taking acne control medication like Accutane, that dries you out really bad. If you're taking birth control pills, especially ones to help with acne or things that reduce estrogen, um, let's see, what are the other things? Or androgen reducing medications. So if you're on a estrogen type pill, anything that's going to affect your hormones, like everything else, um, it can lead to that. If you tend to have sensitive eyes, if you tend to be Asian, that's another one. Asians are 3 times more likely to develop this than anyone from European descent. Um, People who tend to use eye makeup remover that is oily, if you do eyelash extensions and you don't give your eyelashes a break. Um, Let me see if I'm missing anything. Basically, anything that's going to affect your oil production, whether it's dry it out like anti-acne or overproduce it, like you have very, very oily skin. And I'm actually going to do an edited version where I'm going to put a picture up here so you can actually see a more advanced stage of it, which is but I've seen a lot. It's actually fairly common of what people have. So I'll show the two photos of the differences between the two. Um, let's see what else. Oh, not removing eye makeup before bed is another one. And then if you wear contact lenses, right? So those are the two. Okay. Um, okay. So anyone else? Somebody had a question, Photozaki. And so anyone have any questions in regards to hygiene and eye makeup? Um, Trehalose, that's what it was. Trehalose, which is a it's to lengthen the lashes. It's like it's sugar molecules. It's like two molecules of glucose or something like that, and it's derived from insect cocoons. That's what it is. So, has anybody out there used those fiber kind of things that like build up onto your lashes? Has anyone used those before? You know the ones I'm talking about where you can keep layering it, and then it ends up looking like spider spider legs or whatever. This is not that. I was like, ooh, I hope it's not that. But it's not. It's more natural for sure. Okay. Yeah. See, she's used it before. I don't think they look natural at all. They became popular for a while. And now I don't really see them anymore. So, anyway, I do like these two mascaras. I don't like a lot of mascaras. The only mascaras that I really like as okay, here's a mascara that actually works really, really well where it's water it says it's water resistant, but it's almost like it's waterproof. But then if you just take water and then you press down on your lashes, it looks like your lashes are coming off, but it like they come off in tubes, and that's Blink. So if you guys are going to a funeral or you're going to be I mean, I don't wear any makeup when I go out to the beach, but if you're someone that feels like you need to wear mascara or something like that in the beach, Blink, BLINC mascara works really, really well. And that is one that you don't need to have a makeup remover for that one. So that's really popular too. But this one, these two are really, really good actually. Okay. It kind of worked, but flaked. Oh, I don't like it when it flakes. Don't you hate that? Yes, I have. It was horrible. Yeah, see, so, and I know everybody likes their mascara because I know the CoverGirl, I think it's Great Lash Mascara, which is like old school mascara. People love that one, but for me, I found that it just smudged too much. So I'm not really sure. And the Blink one is really, really good. Like if you sweat when you exercise, that's really good too. This one I'm not so sure, just with me cutting the onions and then like it just and it was weird. It was only this side of the eye teared up and then I started getting these little like black flecks. So, okay. So, um Blink works, but I didn't find that it lengthens. Yeah, I mean, I didn't either. They're what's it called? So they have two. They have Amplify and they have the Lengthen one. The Amplify is good for thickening, but you're right. As far as lengthening goes, I'm gonna have to say this one is better, and it's maybe because it has the fibers from the insect cocoons. And it wasn't like fibrous, so I liked it. And I never heard of it, and I was actually surprised when I went onto their website how many positive reviews that they had. So, um, I mean, I would try this one because I'm really picky about mascara. Okay. Um, okay. So, does anybody have a skincare question? at all. Any questions in regards to acne, hyperpigmentation, and anyone who is on here for the first time, I actually am a licensed professional. I've done over 26,000 different treatments when I had my own practice, and I retired that practice December of 2019. And now I just do online, and I say that I do part-time, but it's actually becoming full-time again. Anyway, so and basically my specialty is actually in hyperpigmentation and treating people who have melasma with dark skin without the use of prescription medications such as retin-A, tretinoin, or hydroquinone. Um, okay. Okay, everyone is just sitting here waiting for me to like give you guys more information. Anyone else have any what do you call? Any kind of questions on products? Different types of products at all? Mm, no, everyone's just kind of waiting. Okay, here. I have Asian skin combo and have sun damage on my cheek area. I believe it's melasma. My cousin is getting married. Ooh, where to go with that? He's getting married in August 2022 and want to get rid of my melasma. What can you recommend I could use to help lighten and or remove melasma? Okay, so here's a good question. Um, if it because I can't see your face, um, and I can't because some people will say that it's melasma, the beginning stages of melasma, and then I'll look at their picture and I'm like, it's actually good for you. It's actually not melasma. It's just solar lentiginous, which is like freckles, right, or age spots that are induced by sun exposure. Those are actually easier to treat than melasma or cloasma. Okay, so here is the thing. August, so that's basically 8 months, right? Depending on how, first of all, we have to determine if it's actually melasma and how big it is. Because if it's melasma, melasma takes longer. And the larger it is and the longer that you've had it, the longer it takes to remove. Um, so that's one. Um, so you can lighten and even out in 8 months realistically if it's pretty small. If it's like a big area, like right here or something like that, realistically, you may be able to lighten it a couple of shades, but to completely remove it, um, realistically, especially if it's large, no, that's going to be very difficult to do. But you can lighten it, and so photokazi. um, I would have to see. I would have to see the picture of your cheek area to see. And here's another thing. I do get a lot of questions of what is the best product for, hyperpigmentation? What is the best product for fine lines and wrinkles? Okay, you have to understand it's not just one product. Okay, it's a combination of them working synergistically together because of the pH, okay, of it. So some people will say, I tried that product and it doesn't work. And then I'll say, okay, how did you use it? And when did you use it? Were you, so if, for example, one client had melasma due to years and years of birth control pills. I told her that if she continues to do the birth control pills and she lives in Arizona, we could work on it superficially, but because the hormones are being affected, right, at the cellular level, it's like a neutral fighting battle. Okay. So in order for her to stop, we had to have her switch birth control or use something completely different. But one product is not going to do it all. Okay. So Photokazi, if you want to, I do offer. If you guys are if you guys have been watching, I do offer a skin consultation. I am raising the prices for next year, um, and that way I can only get the serious people who are willing to work the program, um, to to get rid of it. Because if you pay for the consultation, you have a picture and you've got full blown melasma, and um you want results in 2 weeks, it's not gonna happen. It's just not. Okay? You didn't get that in 2 weeks. You're not gonna remove it in 2 weeks. So, Surai, right? Kin Cannon. Okay, what is good for hyperpigmentation? Okay, so can you make your question a little bit more specific? Because I'm not really sure what that means. Like more like what is good for like cleanser, serum, is it an age spot or is it melasma? Because hyperpigmentation is a very broad classification. I'm still trying to find an eyeliner not liquid that doesn't smudge. Um, Not liquid. How about a gel? Have you tried the Blink gel pen? That is kind of like in between the two, and that works pretty good actually. Um, Guys, without seeing my scary face. Oh, okay. Let's see. I use the Hada Labo cleansing oil as the first step to remove eye makeup and foundation. It works great. Okay, so typically cleansing oil, okay, is actually supposed to breaks down oil. So I would not use cleansing oil for your eye makeup. First of all, if you're wearing eyeshadow, eyeshadow doesn't need oil to break it down. Now, if you're using concealer, most concealers, their main ingredient that they're using is petroleum, right? Mineral oil based kind of products. So with that, you do need something that is a little bit more oil based. But a cleansing oil, even though that is effective in removing makeup, you don't need it for your eye makeup. Okay. And be sure to check back and look. I'm going to include the photos again of what this dry eye disease, what it looks like. Okay. Let me see. Oh, define small, bigger than the size, little bigger than the size of a quarter. Um, reach out. Okay, if it's bigger than the size of a quarter, um, that probably is an age spot. Um, okay, so if you have something like that, one product isn't going to do it. To save you money and time, one product is not going to do it. It may lighten it a few shades, but you're going to need a little bit more professional help with that one. Okay. Um, Never tried the gel pen. Okay. Okay. So I will put the link in my. Okay. Let me see if I can try to do this right now. I'm so inexperienced when it comes to this kind of techie stuff. Okay. Here it is. Here's a link right here. Hope that helps. And then I'll include it in the description below once I am done. Okay. Mhm. Okay. And I'm sure you guys already, does anyone still use um like eyeshadow that's not powder? It's like cream eyeshadow, and then once you put it on, it dries and it like looks like eyeshadow. Is anyone using that anymore? I don't use that personally. Um Because what is common too is if you use oil-based eye makeup removers over time, especially people who tend to be milia prone, they'll start to get the milia around the eyelids and, underneath around near their lash line. Okay. And actually too, Photokazi, the best time to actually really start working on your hyperpigmentation is obviously in the wintertime when the sun just came out right now, but um in the wintertime is the best time because obviously the more heat that there is, the more time you spend outside, the more pigmentation can form. So you really want to work on suppressing that pigmentation formation in the winter time. So that is the best thing to do. Okay. Um, Maria. Okay. Okay, Maria. So wait, is Maria, did you just order product from me? We just had a Maria that ordered stuff. Also, too, if it's all relative, but if you have a hyperpigmentation that is bigger than a pencil eraser, anything smaller than that is actually pretty easy to get rid of. It's actually when it starts to get bigger than that. Then is going to take some time because you have to remember usually, so let's say it's like this big, right? The center of it is right here. So you have to get all of this plus the center of it. The smaller it is for obvious reasons, the easier it is to get rid of without causing more inflammation. Okay? It's age spot about the size of a quarter. I've been using vitamin C. Just powder eyeshadow. I have oily lids. Oh, okay. So if you have oily lids, then typically too, what can happen is if you have oily lids, then where the crease is, when where the eyeshadow tends to like gather for people who have that, that's where you have to really pay attention in cleaning and exfoliating right there. Okay. Because that's where people start to get the bumps right there. Um, okay. If you have an age spot, the size of a quarter and you've been using vitamin C, you didn't specify if it was a vitamin C derivative or if it was L-ascorbic acid. Sometimes, depending on what other things that you're using in conjunction with that, um, you can lighten it. But you're probably finding, I don't know because you haven't told me, but um, you're not going to see very much difference just using vitamin C. Okay. Um, Yeah, let's see. Anne was told same recently. Mhm. Yep. So, and the thing is too, is they have another medication that these big pharma companies have come up with for dry eye. And if you just change out your product, a lot of the times it can help with that. You don't need another medication. So I don't know if you guys have already started to see, but a lot of the advertisements in YouTube, in magazines, like I was at the dentist and I was looking at a Better Homes and Garden magazine, all like practically all the ads in that magazine was big pharma medication for something. So, um, and if you have psoriasis, now this is very general, generally speaking, if you have psoriasis, mild case of psoriasis or eczema, you don't need medication. You need to change your diet and eventually it heals itself. And I say generally speaking because some people have more forms of more serious forms of plaque psoriasis, but still, that is basically like it's suppressing your immune system, which is why one of the side effects of um, these psoriasis medications that they promote, if you listen to it, they say one of the side effects is cancer, right? So, um, okay, let's see. It's not completely circle. Okay, so but is it about the size of is it about this is it bigger than the size of a you said it was about the size of a quarter, right? Someone else posted and said she is using vitamin C. Yeah, so vitamin C is actually very common and it actually really helps with uneven skin tone, but if you actually have melasma, it's vitamin C is not enough. It just isn't. Um, I haven't used anything yet. Okay, so generally what my consultation does is I ask you everything about your diet. I ask you about your lifestyle. I ask about what cleanser you're using, what exfoliator you're using, what toner, every little thing that you're using. And then I create a protocol for you um, to if you can do the program. So really it's really not for flakes and it's not for people who expect that their skin will be perfect in 2 weeks. It's just not possible. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's possible. It's just not. So, I would probably do that because if you only have 8 months, Maria, I probably wouldn't waste too much time in trying to use this and use that. This didn't work and then this one, oh, I'm going to try this now. So, and I go into asking you all these different questions about your skin's history, what invasive procedures that you've tried, what hasn't worked, how many times that you've done it, because that will tell me a lot about your skin. So I did that one video with April where she, by the time she came and saw me, she actually did a lot of different invasive procedures, which is why it got so bad. And if you go and look at the most recent video of her, it's lightened significantly and it took her 15 months approximately. I thought it was going to take about 3 years, but she stuck with the program and she got it done with 15 months. So yours is not all over your face, it sounds like. So it's probably going to be shorter, but I would have to see. Um, if you haven't used anything yet, so you haven't used any type of lightening cream at all or anything? I still like the Thrive Tubing Mascara, my all-time favorite. Oh, I haven't heard of Thrive Tubing Mascara. Oh, okay. Take a look at that and see if I'm gonna have to look into that one too. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so you know what's really funny is I'll do these lives and I'll have some questions, it just depends on the audience. But then what happens is afterwards, I get a bunch of emails through my website saying, I wanted to ask you about this. I wanted to ask you about that. So this is why I have this here because I can't answer all of with all the emails that I have with my clients, let alone people that just, I'm providing a time where you're getting free time from me. So if there is no other questions, it looks like makeup. Actually, I've actually had several clients who, one of them I actually gave them her money back because she said right off the bat, she said, um, I have a wedding that I'm going to be in and I need this cleared in 2 weeks. And I refunded her and said, not possible. So I didn't want to waste her time. I didn't want to waste my time. It's just not possible. Okay. And other people, even though I say it upfront all the time, every time, you still get people who So I'm becoming very discerning now on who I treat because it's people who need to listen and that will follow directions. So is use accurate? Most is do you mean Accutane? Oh, Sunday Riley. So Sunday Riley, are you talking about the vitamin C, the cream-based serum? That's actually very good. It's actually a vitamin C derivative. It's less irritating, and it's actually imported from Japan because we actually did a Zoom call with Sunday Riley. So it's actually a very good vitamin C, especially if you have dry skin. It's a very good one. But if you are using that for melasma, you're not going to see very much of a difference. Okay. And some over-counter exfoliators like Rock. Okay, yeah, and you didn't get the results, right, that you wanted? I'm assuming? Yeah. Most people are not, and that's why I'm in business. Accutane, yeah. Okay. For acne, though, right? You were using it DNA repair enzyme is very popular this year. What is your thoughts on it? DNA, okay, that's okay. So in the beauty industry, you have to kind of read in between the lines, which most people obviously are not doing. Um, okay, so DNA repair enzyme. That's like, okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because the DNA is at the cellular level, okay? Enzyme, which I don't know because I haven't seen the product yet. Enzyme, I'm assuming, is going to be one of the more common enzymes, which is papain or bromelain. Or amylase, right? Breaks down protein. So is that what they mean? Or that's technically not true. I guess what I said, it takes time to remove the damage. Okay, so Photokazi, I don't know what your budget looks like, but if you want it to be pretty effectively gone and you want to work very quickly, um, then contact me or go ahead and do the consultation. um you're in it for the long haul. Yeah, because what most people don't realize is once it gets bigger than a pencil eraser and you don't do anything about it, it only gets bigger. That's the terrible thing about that. Maybe a shade lighter. Okay, so if you have realistic expectations and you do this, I could probably get it more than that. But again, because I haven't seen your skin, I haven't seen a photo, I don't know your skin's history, I can't guarantee anything. Okay. Um, but it'll be the results will be much better than just using an over the counter product. Okay. Um, okay. Phoenix, can you tell me what exactly the DNA repair enzyme is? Oh, oh my gosh. Um, okay. So can you tell me what that is exactly? It has to be, so without making a blanket statement, I'd have to know what the DNA repair enzyme is. Because it to affect your DNA, are we talking like you're getting a shot or are we talking on the surface level? Which, if it's on the surface level, it's not really DNA repair. It's maybe stimulating your skin cells to just renew itself. And maybe that's what they mean. So that's interesting. Let me see if I can look this up here. DNA repair enzyme. Okay, so see here, it basically says, okay, so 6 critical questions for DNA repair enzymes in skincare. So basically, topical DNA repair enzymes, they do enhance the removal of DNA damage, but like I said, it's removing dead skin cells. So it's taking it off topically, but to actually go and repair the DNA damage at the cellular level, no. No. Okay. So, Phoenix, I don't know if you're still on, but um, you didn't respond with a product, so I'm not really sure. But yeah. Okay. So, if nobody else has any other questions, I am going to cut it short because I have a lot to do before New Year's Eve, and I'm sure you guys do too. So I will talk to you soon. And Maria, I hope you will consider doing the consultation, um, because you have a realistic mindset going in. You're not thinking Christy's just going to tell me this one magic product to use and then it'll be gone. Nope. Okay. So, you guys, if you guys can give me a thumbs up that you learned something today, I would really appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon. Okay. And look for the edited versions of the picture so you can actually see it. Okay. I will talk to you guys soon and Happy New Year.